Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese Podcast. It is E3 2017 and Microsoft has revealed their new console. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Mark Augustiniak,
Hello.
Matt Zellner.
What's up?
Free Cheese is usually a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com, but this week is E3, which means we're talking about everything that every video game company is announcing. Like I mentioned, Microsoft had their E3 2017 press conference, and we're here to talk about everything they talked about. Xbox One X.
That's a name.
$499 US, November 7th. Eh?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, did we know when it was Scorpio? Did we know it was going to be like a pseudo gen, like next gen console?
Yeah, that was the big thing. That was
Okay.
they wanted to kind of blur the lines between generations, which I think is a cool idea. I think it's really neat. The idea that
Kind of makes me think when you like release a game that's not complete and you just keep putting in patches later, then it's like the final product of what you wanted.
Thinking a little more optimistically, I think it's more like the PC approach, right? Where you could right now I could download a game on Steam and you could download that same game on Steam, and depending on the power of our personal computers, it dictates how well that game performs and looks and whatever.
Yeah.
But we're still both able to play that same game regardless of
Or like
our
a
entry
phone,
level.
so many iterations of a phone.
Right, yeah.
They're going backwards, can support the App Store until a certain point, then it gets cut off.
Yeah, I think we've had a really binary look at video game consoles over the last 30 years, and I think it's cool they're doing something to try and change it up. I don't know that...
It's kind of like, it's like you have like a movie, then you have the movie sequel, but then you have like the 1.5 version with like a little bit of extra scenes from the director or something. But it's like, I don't know.
It definitely is a 1.5.
I mean, it's fine. Like it's cool that it happened, but I don't know.
I mean, here's where I'm at.
I'm kind of like that with with the how many iterations of the DS. You know what I mean? Like,
Ugh.
right, but
so I think I'm just kind of like a little burnt out on this type of thing that game companies are doing.
yeah, and this didn't necessarily. There was nothing in this conference that told me I need to buy one of these, which I
Yeah.
think is the bigger
It looks
problem.
nice.
Yeah.
It has a very
know?
nice, sleek look to it.
Yeah, I think if I had already built a PC, or if I were planning on building a PC, I would just kind of continue doing that.
Yeah, that's like it's never ending.
But if I'm an Xbox player and that's kind of where I play most of my games, then this makes sense to make the upgrade, I think.
I don't know. I think you need a 4K TV to make sense of the upgrade.
Well, not necessarily, right? Because that's the piece of it is like they talked about how even at 1080, it'll look better.
And the PS4 Pro
Yeah,
does
but
that
if you
too.
want,
Better loading times, better, all those types of things.
I think if you want like the maximum, like if you want the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could be doing the same thing with PS4 Pro right now.
Yeah, I didn't
To an
see.
extent.
No, I didn't see anything on here that kind of set it apart from the Pro. I know it is, right? I know it's much more
is.
powerful.
Yeah, because of the native 4K. I think
Yeah.
Pro is up-res it to 4K.
I mean, this is probably something Microsoft needed. You know.
I think they need a little more than this. I think again,
Yeah.
I think software sells hardware.
I guess it's a step in the right direction for
And
them.
software wise, I didn't see anything that was like, because here's where I'm at, right? There was this time where I was pretty platform strict, right? Like I was like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
It got to the point where kind of those walls came down and this whole like console war mentality drifts away. And I think a lot of us have gotten to that point. However, everything I want to do is on PlayStation. We've had this big renaissance in Japanese games, and they're all hitting PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then you've got the PlayStation exclusives, and then you've got all the third-party stuff that hits everything anyway.
I kind of felt
There's no reason to get an Xbox.
Microsoft kind of did it to itself once they did the cross-platforming with PC. So now it's like a lot of games are exclusive on Xbox One or exclusive on Windows 10, and now I'm like, well then just fuck it, I'm just gonna play on my Windows 10. Like,
Yeah, and again, I think it's good they're embracing that idea.
yeah, but I think and it also they're helping themselves, but they're hurting themselves.
But I don't know. There was nothing in here that made me say, oh, that's why I need this. You know, when...
Yeah, I also forgot what was actually an exclusive for just the system itself and not for both. So
Right.
I think there were some that were that.
But I think when we see Sony's press conference tomorrow night, I think that'll be like you're gonna very easily see some reasons why. Oh, this is why I need a PlayStation. I think Tuesday morning when we see Nintendo, we're gonna go, oh, this is why I need a Switch.
I think PlayStation just has a longer legacy of like exclusive stuff too.
No, yeah, but I think nothing in this conference made me go, I need that.
Yeah.
Now, later this fall, if one of you buys one of these, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then the other one of you buy, like, that's where, like, I can start to push myself. But there's nothing that's pushing either of you to do it, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of go where the ecosystem goes.
Right. I only got a 360 because my friends had a 360.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, just make the best of it. And
yeah.
Whatever.
And now everybody's friends have PS4s.
And if I'm going into the Xbox, which I don't think I am, but I'm getting an S because it's cheaper. I don't have a 4K TV. Like, there's going to be maybe like 3 or 4 games I play on an Xbox. I don't need to spend the extra $150, and if I decide to do it this week, $250.
I don't even have a TV.
To get the up-res for a TV that I can't even support it with. So,
yeah.
I would just go S. That's pretty much what I'm saying. If I was going.
Yeah. This is launch, right? This is the beginning. Come fall 2018, next E3 when we see...
There's going to be some kind
Halo
of optimized
version.
Yeah, when we see the new Halo,
PS5.
when we see when we start seeing the kind of like power behind this, that's where I think we could...
This was Microsoft's year to like show off the console more than anything, and then next year will be like more games dedicated to that. So right now, all those games are being made.
Right.
That we don't know of.
Yeah, and I think that's where we'll start to see, that's where the landscape changes a bit. That's where, by that point, who knows? Maybe we do have 4K TVs. Maybe we are getting to the point where we're like, I want something different. I need a new piece of hardware, and it does look more attractive.
Black Friday bundles.
Right, but right now I don't see a reason to make the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I say we do a little rundown of the everything they announced here. However, in terms of just a console reveal, because I think we all remember pretty well the PlayStation 4 reveal.
Oh, no, never mind. That was the good one.
Followed by the Xbox One reveal. And then the Switch reveal, right? So PlayStation 4 came out in February, and they were like, hey, here's a big event. Here's PlayStation 4. Here's games.
And it's for the gamers.
Right. A couple months later, Xbox One comes out, and it was like, hey, we're going to be a media thing.
Center of your living room.
With weird...
Snap. You can see your fantasy football snaps while watching NFL Sunday Ticket on your Xbox.
Right, and it very much like painted this weird picture in May.
And Call of Duty dogs.
Dogs. Water cooler. Dogs. Obviously, that one wasn't great, right? But then I think since Phil Spencer's taken over Xbox, there's been a big shift in that kind of their focus, or at least their outward focus. It still is a media center, but it's they've recentered on
they're
video
positioning
games.
it as a gaming console.
And then with the Switch, I think that was another one too, where we had no information other than its sheer existence. We in one day get a 3-minute trailer that blows out everything and tells us exactly what it is, perfectly explains what it is.
Rooftop parties with Karen.
Right, but in that moment, like you see, it, controllers that come off, a console that I can take all of it. It boom, 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 and then in January we got the big reveal, and then 2 months later the launch. With all of that, I mean, what do you feel about Xbox One X compared to as a console reveal?
I was gonna say, like, I feel really good about this, but I think it's because of everything in the middle of this conference. It's the games that I kept seeing. The actual console itself, I'm really not that excited about. And I feel like if you take out the games, this could potentially be a repeat of the PS4 Pro conference. Honestly.
Yeah. You're right.
At a higher price point. Even though it was more powerful, at a higher price point.
Yeah, it's okay. It didn't I'm just indifferent. I'm not wowed, but I'm not offended by it or anything. This
wasn't
either.
EA. You're right.
No, it definitely was not EA. It was cool to see Xbox take a more stylish approach to everything. But it was just like Wii U screaming in my head. Just the fact of it just played on the last console name, just changed it up a little bit, and it's slightly new but not. So I guess I wasn't that surprised because of that, because it was still familiar.
Yeah.
but not in a bad way. I don't know. It's neutral.
I'm happy I get to save $500 this year.
Yeah.
Why don't we run through a little bit? We'll just kind of go through. Matt very diligently, once again, took some excellent notes throughout this. So we're just kind of run through this. No power greater than X.
Hey, they put it up there. I had to write it.
Yeah, they were definitely
X.
That's
about
going
that
to give it to
power.
you.
X is gonna give it to you.
Back.
Triple X going to give
Um,
it to you.
So yeah, to reiterate, the Xbox One X, November 7th. Their head of engineering comes out. Kareem Chowdhury talks about the power of the Xbox One X. 6 teraflop CPU clocked at 1.72 gigahertz, 12 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, 326 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth. True 4K, over 8 million pixels, HDR with a wide color gamut. I hate that phrase because I don't know what it means.
It means just more colors.
I know, but it's just
a fancy
but
term.
it's a fucking buzzword.
We can only
No,
see
it's not
so
a buzzword.
many.
My MacBook Pro has it. I'm very
But
proud of
again,
it.
wide color gamut. Let me talk about this.
Yeah, you know what looks good in wide color gamut?
Anyway,
Dota 2.
compatibility, all Xbox One accessories and games with enhanced visuals and load times, and it's the smallest Xbox ever.
It-
That's
yeah.
shocking.
Pretty impressive. That's pretty
Compared to the PS4 Pro, which is probably the largest PlayStation
cool.
ever.
Right.
Or that PS4 Slim. I don't know how big that is, but
I haven't seen one
It's
in
shorter,
person.
but
It's definitely
same,
thinner, too.
Yeah. Honestly, the form factor is fucking really beautiful. Like that part of it, I'm like, I would like that in my.
Did we confirm there's a CD drive in there?
We never did, but I assume
It
there
looks
is.
like
It
there's
loo-
one
it
tucked
loo-
underneath the left, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that part that pops out. Looks
yeah,
like there's
because
one there, but
it talked about Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So
did it? Oh,
yeah,
I didn't hear
You know
that
what it
part.
honestly looks like? It looks like a weird 2017 version of the PlayStation 2.
Slim.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very I can't say box. 'cause-
Rectangular. Yeah. So then he kicks it over and says, let's talk about games. We instead of seeing games, we get to see a Porsche. The brand new 2018 Porsche GT2 RS. Which, why don't we just take about 7 minutes or so and just talk about the beauty
Cars?
of it? Cars, yeah.
They have mufflers. Some of us have to disconnect our batteries to turn off our cars.
Well, thanks to you, we get the Porsche. You.
The gamer.
The gamer. The gamer.
Thanks, gamer.
The Forza 7's real. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be when you're talking about a big 4K
I
console?
didn't think there were 7.
Yeah, I didn't either. But
Yep.
there they are.
Thought it was like 4.
There's
this does-
actually more because of Horizon.
Right. This does look really, really good. They
As
talked
any
about
car game
dynamic.
does.
Well, yeah, right. But that's what you want at the start is
Yeah.
a big car game. October 3rd, it'll be out on the Xbox One family of consoles.
That's gonna give it to you.
And then, of course, the big 4K update once X hits in November. They then cut to Metro Exodus, show a gameplay trailer, which
I like
Metro
this.
looks really pretty. This is in that same Metro series of games. All the weird post-apocalyptic Russian
Yeah,
stuff.
because the first one was a book, I believe.
Yeah. they're
I
all
don't
based on
know.
that
I don't know if the book
series.
had sequels, but
Yeah,
yeah, this looks really cool.
looks pretty. I was amazed. I kept commenting on the leaves kind of fluttering in the wind, but just that
Mutated
kind of
animals.
natural. Yeah, fucking zombie bear, yeah, trademark. All right, I'm gonna try and do this a little bit faster than they did. Assassin's Creed Origins is real.
Shocker.
Moving on.
It's in Egypt. There's a guy. He shoots things. You can play as a bird. October 27th. It seems like there's some leveling in this. Anything else we have to talk about?
Nope.
Cool. See you at Ubisoft. Mixer. Let's talk about Mixer. Microsoft bought Beam and they retitled it to Mixer. And
Yeah,
this conference wanted you to know that Mixer was a thing.
I didn't know what it was till like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So for those that don't, it's a streaming service.
Yes.
If you didn't catch it.
It's Microsoft's answer to Twitch, to YouTube Live, to whatever.
Hey, if it's less delay with
Yeah.
streaming stuff, it could.
It seems
Could be
good.
good.
Like it seems like a good service, but I don't know. Then they bring up PlayerUnknown himself to announce the console launch exclusivity. on Xbox One in late 2017. So I don't think that means it's a console exclusive to Xbox One, but it's
'Cause it's also on
launching
PC.
first. Well, yeah, but the console exclusive part. What I mean is, it will probably come to PlayStation 4 as well.
At some point.
But it will launch first on
I don't know. They're gonna make
Xbox
2017.
One. Yeah,
as someone who's played PlayerUnknown,
no,
on a
and
computer.
what they showed in that looked a lot better than what the game did.
Yep, it looked a lot better, and there's some new areas too.
Right,
I've not seen those areas.
I don't know about this, but
this is my first time seeing anything about it or hearing of it. So
it is a fucking Mark game. I'm surprised you haven't played that yet.
Because every time I hear the word Battlegrounds, I think of that one like MOBA game or whatever.
Hey, easy on the MOBA games
nowadays.
nowadays.
You're thinking of Battleborn.
No, I think there was something with the word Battlegrounds in it.
I don't remember doing it.
Maybe it wasn't a maybe it wasn't a MOBA, but I remember hearing some game with Battlegrounds recently, and that image was always in my head.
I don't know.
So when I heard that, it just what it sounds like to me. But
yuck.
Yeah, I definitely
Battlegrounds of Gods.
I definitely like the idea of this game. I would only play this if friends were playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's
team up, hide out somewhere.
I should pull it up because I have it on my MacBook. I should let you play around. It doesn't perform great on my computer, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Is it free to play?
No, $20.
Okay.
But it's like pre-alpha.
Yeah, it's like early access, whatever.
Yeah. That's coming. No surprise. As soon as before he even came out on stage, I was like, yeah, that's player. Yep, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Deep Rock Galactic. What was this one?
This was that mining game where you're like dwarves with like mini guns and flamethrowers.
Yeah, Minecraft too.
It was very voxel, low poly. It looks kind of neat.
Yeah,
I like the fighting stuff part.
Yeah, it looked fine.
If it wasn't for the dwarf sold me.
Yeah,
it was the last word in that little slide.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Like, it was literally the last word in that whole presentation.
Yeah.
Gave me some like indie Warhammer vibes.
I don't know. I just kept saying Minecraft 2 the entire time. I'm still sticking by my statement that is the sequel to Minecraft that we have never got.
I'm okay with that.
And then we don't need.
State of Decay 2.
That's an exclusive.
Yes. Showed off gameplay, very long trailer of gameplay. Coming spring 2018.
Didn't look that well polished.
But they're a small team, right? I mean,
they were. I feel like they've become bigger since then. But I don't know. Maybe just because I was comparing it to Dead Rising when I was watching it.
Well, no,
you can't do that.
Yeah, no.
That's
why
like
not?
AAA versus a handful of people.
Yeah, but some of those Dead Rising, not all of them are good. But
there's still more people working on those games, whether it's bad or good.
Yeah, and I guess those games are kind of meant to be a little more comical.
Yeah. No, I think
it's not bad. I do like it.
Fine. I think the first one kind of had that little bit of jankiness to it, but it was still fine.
That's true. It shouldn't be that harsh, but I just don't think they showed off enough of the details of what that game can offer. It was just like a very bare bones approach, like, hey, zombie game, survive.
Yeah.
I think you just have to say, hey, there's a sequel coming. It's spring 2018. You still got plenty of time in the hype cycle.
Later.
Because the first one showed off like these special attacks, and one of them you could like literally just jump on a zombie's head like Mario style and squish it.
That's cool.
I mean, you have like between now and spring, Gamescom. You got all kinds of stuff you can
it's not
show
bad.
it off.
It's not bad. Just not what I expected.
Then I thought we had escaped the nightmare that was EA. And then Microsoft put a guy on stage and let him scream a bunch while wearing a yellow shirt and trying to look like Brian
I don't
Posehn.
know what happened.
They were really... I knew what was going on, but there was just a weird approach to trying to sell a game we know nothing about.
Yeah.
It looked like they were trying to incorporate Mixer heavily with that. It's a Mixer exclusive. You want to stream this game, you don't just want to play it.
It literally looked like the Hunger Games, and for those that have...
It's called the Darwin Project, I should say.
Yeah, it was just like an arena-based people fighting for sport.
Yep.
I mean, for those who have seen the Hunger Games or have watched the movies, the people outside have influence in the games.
Yeah,
by sending those baskets or whatever.
Yeah.
So I really think that has a heavy influence on this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you had somebody that looked like a convict, and then you have some barbaric woman wearing fur.
Sure.
It was. I don't know what the theme is here.
Yeah, theme it up.
Sure.
Then we cut to Minecraft, which is getting a 4K update in the fall. they've increased server load. They also talked about, I think they talked about this before, but they're finally like kind of realizing it. Crossplay is coming, so it doesn't matter where you own Minecraft, you can play with anyone on any platform, which is pretty fucking
That's cool. I feel like a lot
It
of
is
games,
about time.
a lot of games should do that.
Yeah, but you got to think like what it takes on the back end to do that. And
Yeah,
then
I know it's a lot of work, but
the hubris of it all too, right? And the idea that like, hey, we want the people to play on our platform. But I think Microsoft's taken a really cool approach with the purchase of Minecraft. Like,
I think it helps that they own the game.
well, yeah, but right,
Yeah.
to be able to like kind of put that stuff on the back end.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
And be
anticipated
okay with
that.
other people playing it.
Right,
when
yeah.
they play
I mean,
games.
there was a fucking Nintendo Switch in this conference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like built in Minecraft, but
yeah, I think Microsoft and Nintendo are kind of on good terms because every time they tweet, they're all like, "Hey, congrats on that," you know? Like,
no,
blah,
they're
blah.
they're you know
Which is
obviously
kinda
they're
weird
in
to
the
see.
business to make money and be the better seller of things and
Because
services.
ultimately they're like, "Hey, it doesn't matter, it's our game." So
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, a
Say
decade ago,
probably the Switch launch probably made them another $100 million.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we
No,
pulled a leash here.
a decade ago, Xbox 360 era, if they had bought Minecraft, it would have been locked behind 360. You know what I mean?
I thought he did buy it during the 360 era.
No, it was recently.
I remember playing on 360.
Yeah, but they didn't
Oh,
buy.
yeah, it came
But
out.
Microsoft didn't buy.
Oh, they
Mojang
did.
was out like independent for a long time.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah,
finally
yeah.
bought it.
Right.
I'm just saying, had they done that then, they probably would have
Yeah.
locked it behind, and it only would have, they would have put it as an Xbox. Now it's like, no, it's everywhere. Play it wherever.
Yeah.
Who cares? But that's cool. And then a big graphics pack coming this fall, which
Which is nothing new
Sure.
because mods have existed for years.
then this one leaked the other day, but pretty fucking cool. Dragon Ball Fighters.
I'm pretty sure it's Fighter Z
I'm gonna call it Fighters.
because they're referred as Z fighters in the show.
Well, I'm gonna call it Fighters.
I was told to type fighters and not fighters.
Fighters.
So
With a capital
Um,
Z.
But so this is by the same
did-
people that
no,
did Guilty Gear.
Yep.
They're doing it's Axis Games, right? Axis Games.
It's either Axis or Arxis. I get it mixed up. Like ARKSYS.
Yeah. But they're doing Dragon Ball.
That looks really good.
And it looks like the cartoon, but
prettier.
on a 2D play. Yeah, prettier than the
yeah,
cartoon.
it's like 3D models that look 2D. It's so
It's fucked up because watching that, I'm almost like, oh shit, I wish Injustice
Yeah.
had a weird mode like this. You know what I mean? Where it was like
Yeah, it
cool
was-
comic book style.
it's very stylish.
Yeah.
I got excited for a hot second, and
Yeah.
I never do for fighting games. So
It's cool that they brought back the 3v3 fights because they're old Dragon Ball like Batooning games or whatever how you pronounce them in Japan. You could do that. Have like AI characters come in and help you out, or you can switch between them like King of Fighter style.
It's cool. Pretty dope. Followed by Black Desert MMORPG. Looks fine. Looks looked like an MMO in 2018. The Last Night, which is I don't remember the Last Night at all.
Oh shit!
Last night.
Anyone? Bueller.
Wait, how's it spelled?
Just the
Normal.
last night.
I didn't know if there was like a K. You know.
No. That was a game followed by The Artful Escape, which
Oh, that was a little try hard in my opinion.
it was, but it's also like
It was like the scenery looked so cool, and then the main character just stood out like a little too. It was like a little too obscure. Don't you finish those
it
letters?
seems
No.
like a trademark game.
No, it's too much.
No,
of a
that
trademark.
trailer was too much. But had that trailer not existed, and if this game never got released in
Oh
a,
no,
in
the
a
Last
wider,
Night is the game I wanted. It looks like Project Traveler Octopath, whatever. Octopath Traveler. It was the sprite cyberpunk side scrolling.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, that game, that's a trademark ass game.
All
The
right.
one that followed it, no. I don't
Artful Escape had a guy with a guitar running and platforming.
I also
and-
don't like that's called Artful Escape. It's like it's embracing it too much.
Well, it'll be out when it's damn ready.
Yeah. So I don't care.
I like that. I kind of like that.
Code Vein was anime Dark Souls,
Yeah.
Yep.
which looked cool. But if you guys like anime, we got it at the Microsoft press conference. And then this is about the point where I fell asleep. Rare showed off more of Sea of Thieves, which I did not think I could give less of a fuck about pirates until they started playing that game again. And then, wow, do I not give a fuck about pirates.
I don't think
Captain Jack 5 didn't do that for you.
I don't think it was a good way to present the game. I don't like the way the narrator was. It was slow paced. If they showed what they showed last year, which was just actual people just playing it without explaining what the game is, and you get to see it for yourself, see them mess up like the Breath of the Wild. You just see the little details that you wouldn't expect for a game to show.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. Seeing people mess up and get drinking and get drunk and can't fucking control themselves and puking.
When they announced that game, I still wasn't. Like, they announced that on the heels of Rare Replay, I remember.
Yeah.
And Rare Replay was like, holy shit, I need to buy an Xbox. That was something where I was like, I'm fucking in. And then it was like, well, we got another thing from Rare. And I was like, I don't like the art style. I don't like the theme. I don't like the setting. I don't like the game. Not for me. Not for me at all.
I will only play it if like some of my friends get it. But other than that, let's see what Rare has next. After that.
Just fucking make Banjo-Kazooie, man. Tacoma. We saw about 4 seconds of Tacoma, but just confirmation that the follow-up to Gone Home is coming to Xbox One. Super Lucky's Tale, which is
something for the kids.
Yeah.
It's not
Fox
bad.
Boy.
It's not bad.
Running around collecting coins.
Yeah, it's a platformer. Lucky's Tale was originally announced for Oculus. It was a platformer for Oculus coming to Xbox One. Finally, Cuphead will be out on September 29th.
That was the
It's about
shortest
fucking time.
and most informative
Yeah.
trailer.
Yeah.
Right to the point.
But the little bits that they showed in this new trailer, Cuphead looks a lot better than it did before. And I always thought that game looked amazing.
like,
but
this is
they
how you-
really fucking worked on it.
This is how you do art without throwing the name art in the title.
Yeah. Honestly, Cuphead's one of the things that years ago I was like, okay, I'm in. I need to buy one.
I think you and everybody like it.
It's
Cuphead
really
looks
impressive.
cool.
Yeah.
It's just playing a living cartoon. Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't want that?
Crackdown 3 gets kind of reintroduced after its long hiatus.
I love the way they showed that off.
Well, I love the way they showed it off, and then I hate the way they followed it up, because they showed it off initially with Terry Crews just fucking going
Yelling
crazy,
and laughing
screaming,
and
yelling,
screaming.
laughing,
Yeah.
fire, boom, 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 great, really action oriented.
That's
And
where
they
all their money went.
And then they showed the gameplay.
cut to the gameplay, and it's like all the
Just
wind
Crackdown.
took out of the tails. Yeah, like great. It looks a
What
lot
happened
less.
to like
Yeah.
them destroying the building like in that first trailer?
What happened to the cloud-based physics that we were gonna rely on the cloud to do all of the computing for us?
You
so
don't
we can
need
have
to
all
because you got 6 teraflops in an Xbox One.
yeah,
X. Sorry, I have to put the X because X is gonna give
Yeah,
it to
X. Jesus.
What are they giving?
you. They're just gonna give it to you.
Yeah, Crackdown 3 looks like more Crackdown, which is disappointing because I thought the game was going to be a lot more than just more Crackdown. But we show a little bit of a sizzle reel.
And this is how they got to that 42 number.
Right. So Phil Spencer talked at the very beginning about 42 games shown off, 22 of which were going to be exclusive to the Xbox One.
They really weren't kidding about
Family.
that. I was kind of impressed just to see a bunch of trailers.
Yeah. They did a really good job of just boom, 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 boom. We get the ID at Xbox sizzle reel, which showed off a bunch of little titles that are
Most of them already
making
exist,
a big
just,
way.
Yeah, porting over or
Yeah.
whatever.
Ashen, which I forget who Ashen was coming from, but Ashen looks like a weird, it's not claymation, but it's got this weird like clay-like feel. You know what it looked like?
Was that the low poly game?
Yeah,
Inside the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
It looked like something out of I don't know. It looked
It was like something.
like something. Life is Strange Before the Storm. So I think this is that prequel that was kind of leaked.
3-episode
it,
prequel.
it seems like a side thing because it's only 3 episodes.
Yeah.
3-episode prequel.
So I woke back up a little bit, and then Warner Brothers put me back to sleep with Middle Earth: Shadow of War, live gameplay trailer that went on for about.
It did feel a little long.
It went long.
Yeah.
It went long.
Boring as shit. Boring as shit. But if you like that game, I guess it'll be out October 10th for you to find out about. And have fun.
Some of the fights were the way he morphed weapons was kind of neat, but I don't care about like taking
That
over
assault,
people.
the fort kind of thing, has that movie battleground vibe that the first one was missing. I think that's going to be cool.
That's how it turns out.
Doesn't look very cool.
Fuck you. Someone who took time to get a platinum in Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War looks fucking dope.
Only Warner Brothers thing I want is the fucking Justice League game. Ori and the Blind Forest gets a sequel in the way of Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
That looks so pretty.
A new journey begins in this
They had
trailer.
a live piano player.
Live piano player take a page out of EA's book with their drum line.
You mean
Huh?
EA?
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna say Sony's.
Nope,
but
EA, drum
That's
line.
right,
They pioneered that. Yes.
Any image from that trailer could be like a background on a computer or something.
Yeah, I wish my computer could
You mean
handle
the
that
Tom
game.
Brady Martian Man?
Yeah.
Again, like that. This is the kind of stuff where, and that's the shitty thing is like, I think Xbox could build a really good narrative around this, like something like Ori combined with.
To be fair, I didn't expect that
Cuphead.
game to even get a sequel.
I did that game.
I mean, I wasn't.
Really
I mean, like I wasn't following close attention to like how well the game was. Like I knew it was getting well received, but I
Yeah.
just didn't know like how well. I guess.
But no, you start like tying these things together. You could start to build a narrative that like Xbox One is a console I should own, because of the things that are only on here. But it's still just not there. But Ori looks really, really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer comes back out on stage, talks about backwards compatibility with Xbox 360, confirms something that I think he tweeted out. Again, he reiterates something he tweeted out about how half of Xbox One players have taken advantage of backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360, and then announces backwards compatibility with the original Xbox, notably calling out Crimson Skies.
So these will probably just become digital titles you can download. It's good luck finding the disc.
Store it.
Yeah.
I also have my PlayStation 1 disc, and that's actually what's in that
Yeah.
pack.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you're still holding on to that stuff, I mean, that'll work, and then
Yeah, if you're one of the people who traded it in, then GameStop stops selling them.
true.
Don't trade in.
True, yeah.
Don't-
Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I
stop.
don't anymore, but back then it was a thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that whole era is gonna be fucking lost to history, which is a fucking shame. Yeah, that was kind of it on the Xbox One stuff, and then Patrick Soderlund from EA came out. Came out to it's like the only thing from EA that just didn't suck made its way into the EA or the Microsoft press conference, which was good. Anthem, BioWare's new IP.
Yeah.
Matt wrote down here dated 2018, delayed 2019. So Anthem looks a lot like Destiny.
The people's faces look good,
So this game looks
but I guarantee you it will not be the final product.
really, really, really good.
Yeah, visually
Now.
it is impressive.
Visually, yes, but also I think the idea behind it looks cool. I can see myself playing it. I'm getting a lot of the same feelings and excitement that I had when Destiny was first revealed, and I was like, I'm fucking in. And then like Destiny became what it became, and I was like, I'm fucking out. But this looks cool, man. Like flying around in that weird mech suit, being all cool and sci-fi, and going underground and fighting creatures and saying, "Hey, friends, come play games with me."
It gave me it reminded me of like Lost Planet, but if you were Iron Man.
Yeah. That's a good.
And Iron Man's boring to me, so
Yeah.
if I want a mech suit, I want to be like Doom guy. I just want to
rip and tear.
You want to beat the shit out of creatures. I don't want guns and rockets. It's fine to have on the side, but I want to rely on my hands.
Maybe you can do that. Who knows?
Maybe.
But look, there's a loot system. It's BioWare, so I assume there's
This is the A team too. This is not
right.
I want to reinforce. This is not the Andromeda team. This is the team that brought you KOTOR, the original Mass Effect trilogy. Like this is.
Is the Andromeda team even called BioWare?
They are.
Oh, got it.
They're in two different cities, Edmonton and Montreal. And I forget which one's which.
Yeah, got
I
it.
think,
But
I
yeah,
think Montreal's the B team.
I can't remember.
Who has the better hockey team? Oilers or the?
Right now,
Canadians.
if you're going by this year, Edmonton, because the Canadians made the playoffs too. Edmonton in 2 years is going to have one of the best teams of hockey. Period. So,
All right, so they're probably the good BioWare. Just judging on hockey alone.
although the Canadians are the best team right now, or one of the best Canadian teams right now.
Anthem worked for me in a weird way that I didn't expect it to yesterday when they kind of said some words. And then that was kind of
I'm excited, but it's a while away, and like let me see what real gameplay looks like another year or so when when EA's press conference next year. Maybe it won't be a dumpster fire.
The story is
If they have
probably
one.
pretty neat, but gameplay wise, I just wasn't feeling it. It just felt nothing.
And that's the
It
other
felt,
thing.
it felt generic. Sad to say.
Like if we're doing like a Destiny thing, Bioware's really good at telling a story. That's hopeful.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it has something to do with the visuals. Everything is always like very pretty, muted colors. There's always this bright, flary orange shit everywhere, in everything, and like that's all I see. It's just like muted colors and flares. And like almost every game, like I mean, Metro had it too. Metro looks good, but like every game has like that odd like color palette to it. It's I don't know how to describe it.
I know what you're talking about.
Or like most game covers and movie posters have like the blue and orange meshing together.
I think that's a human thing, man. Like we kind of like run in trends.
Battlefield, most notably, when you're standing there with all the dark shades of blue and gray, and they have the orange flares glowing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's all I see, and it's just like it hurts.
You can thank J.J. Abrams for that.
No, but we do that.
He just lens flares in blue, but
no, but that happened. Like someone will do it, and then everyone else does it. And
it's
usually
like pretty and gritty at the same time, and it like, doesn't know what it wants, and
But
so it's
these
like
kind
that
of
sci-fi
things,
fantasy being combined.
they all happen with like fashion. That like it all keeps running. Like
So like I don't know, I'm just exhausted.
Like fidget
from looking at
spinners.
that.
yeah, exactly. Also, we are fucking 2 for 2 now with press conference recap and the word fidget spinner showing up. So I'm proud
You
of
guys
that.
have your bingo charts.
Oh fuck, we didn't make bingo charts. That would have been fun.
We can make
And that was it. They closed on Anthem, and then
That was it. Like they didn't even say
That-
bye.
yeah.
Really.
Yeah, didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
close up with Good Charlotte. Nothing. Just
No
give it
Usher.
till next year.
I don't even know what to do.
It's true. So yeah, I feel good. I don't feel as good as I like. That was the weird thing. Is like I think going into this press conference, I felt like
it's only getting better. It's
it is. But like the idea of like, okay, this is a new fucking console. This is gonna be big. Like this is gonna be fucking big.
To be fair, I've always kind of felt like this towards Microsoft, and I don't know why. Like,
I have
I'm like,
too,
like,
but-
I'm not biased.
No, but I felt that this was the year
there's
for
just
them where
something about
they were gonna do it. They were gonna like, and they just they
The
didn't.
difference is this year, though, at least there's some breathing space before Sony shits all over their conference.
I think they're
with
they're
the Year of
slowly
Dreams Part 3.
they're slowly getting back on track.
I don't know.
they are.
I don't know. I kind of am a little disappointed with the hardware reveal because of my vision I had earlier of Steam and Origin and
Give it time.
and what's UB's UB Play,
Uplay,
whatever. Yeah, all being on the Windows 10, Xbox One
Nope, just
Elite.
Mixer.
Yeah. I'm
It wasn't even Xbox
sorry.
One Elite, it was the Xbox Elite.
I'm sorry that your dreams of Microsoft just putting out a console.
I just didn't want to
calling
buy
it
a
Xbox, or
$1,000
a PC.
computer. That's where it comes down to.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Overall, that was a good conference. I enjoyed.
It was good.
watching
Yeah, it was totally
I was
enjoyable.
Definitely surprised by how many games they were showing. They were not kidding about that.
they got
so kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely took the Sony approach there of like,
And they
trailer.
barely-
Here comes Phil Spencer.
I mean,
blah blah blah.
here's
Trailer.
the thing is, next year, if PlayStation doesn't say anything about a PlayStation 5, that's where this thing starts looking a little more attractive, right?
Yeah.
When you get into fall 2018, we see the release of the Justice League game that runs in 4K, 60, like all the big things that are sure to come in the next year or so, like all of the big fucking things that are coming, like that's where if Sony doesn't have a PlayStation 5 to combat this by the fall of 2018, this thing's like, okay, maybe I need to get an Xbox
Dude.
One X.
They did do what they did last year, where like before every trailer was like exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah,
One,
I got a
Windows
little
10.
tired of that.
It's like we know that's why we were at this press conference. You don't
Yeah.
have to keep doing that.
But again, I think they do need to build that case that like
Yeah,
this is why you need to buy one, because you
Yeah.
can't play this shit
it
anywhere
just should have been
else.
like the following games, and then do it once, and then the other games that aren't.
But hey, I mean, look, you're here talking about it, right? So it's burned into our heads a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
So it worked in that.
That
in
voice, it
regard.
worked.
But yeah, I think if you've got the original like 2013 Xbox, yeah, grab this thing. If you've got the S, there's probably not a big reason to upgrade unless you just
Let's have 4K.
don't like money.
Or even 4K TV.
Yeah, sure. But the Xbox One S can output at 4K, right?
Not
It's up-res.
natively.
Right, yeah, it's not native, but
Not
it can
native.
up-res. If you're on the PlayStation side of the fence, especially if for some reason you bought a Pro in the last year, I don't.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to.
Yeah, then tomorrow's going to reinforce that idea.
Tomorrow, and then Tuesday is going to reinforce the idea why your secondary console should not be an Xbox; it should be a Switch. So, don't do eyebrows. Metroid gonna give it to you.
I hope.
Let me remind you.
I mean, you already own it, so.
I do it. Yeah, you're right.
Day 2 of 4 of me wearing the shirt here.
Joe hasn't changed. He slept in that. He woke up in it.
You sweated in it while we were grilling.
Yeah, I did not sleep in it. I took it off, folded it up, put it in the drawer.
Just play along.
No, but I was thinking about it because I almost did sleep in it just to keep the E3
the dream
angels
alive.
inside of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you take it off, the dreams are gone.
Region free means Mother 3.
So you're obligated now.
I smell a lot like a grill, which is cool and also makes me feel like I'm on fire.
Mm.
Yeah. That was Microsoft. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good indeed. Yeah. Cool.
I'm feeling good about E3 again.
It was a good
I am
package.
too. Yeah, like really, like EA fucked it out of me. I was not feeling great about that, and now I'm like,
All right.
cool. This is good.
This is the E3.
Like EA knocked you down, and now we're slowly getting back up, getting back on our feet.
I think Bethesda's gonna like kind of just keep
never
me
gonna keep me
floating.
down.
Yeah.
And then Ubisoft is gonna be like, fuck. Can I just get to Sony? But luckily, Sony will only be a few hours after Ubisoft. So. So yeah, Bethesda later on, midnight for some reason. There's Devolver also, right? Is that happening
I don't know when
tonight?
they start.
I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, we'll figure it
Well,
out.
I think they've already came out and said there's going to be no new game announcements. So I don't know what the fuck they're
Why
doing.
are they there?
I don't know.
But yeah, Bethesda later on, so we'll watch that. We'll have another podcast about Bethesda. And then tomorrow we'll be back with more of everything else.
Cool.
Fun times.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Bethesda.
Yeah, me too.
As we get closer, I'm getting more excited.
Your dreams.
Part 3.
Part 3 indeed. We'll go to thefreecheese.com, check out our cover story this month, Dreams. Where we got some cool stuff coming up throughout the month. I got a little article I'm writing right now. Not right now, but I'm working on it. That should go up Tuesday. Probably, as long as I get it done, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. To keep up with us and all the things we're thinking about and talking about, follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I'm at The Free Cheese. Follow our Instagram, too. We got some hot gram action going on. Maybe. I don't know. But that's at Some Free Cheese. If you want to do that, do that. We'll see you later with Bethesda. Cool. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, listener.
Peace.